How do cultural fears influence horror movie themes? Have you ever wondered why horror movies often feel so relevant to the times we live in? It's because these films are mirrors of our deepest cultural fears and anxieties. Let's break it down. Horror movies have a way of capturing the pulse of what society is fearful or anxious about at any given time. For instance, during periods of social change or moral panic, these fears often manifest as monsters or metaphors in horror films. Think about classic movies like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Alien. They reflected the societal fears of their time, such as the fear of the unknown or the fear of being overwhelmed by forces beyond our control. These films also tap into our collective unconscious, highlighting fears that are universal, like the fear of death or the fear of the unknown. According to Sigmund Freud, horror comes from the uncanny, the emergence of primitive images and thoughts that are buried deep in our subconscious. For example, the mother figure in Psycho represents an evil presence in the main character's subconscious, playing on our deep-seated fears of maternal figures. Horror movies often serve as cautionary tales, addressing difficult societal issues. The Poltergeist films, for instance, reflect fears about technology and its impact on family life. These films use metaphors to represent cultural anxieties, such as the fear of financial instability or the fear of technological advancements taking over our lives. The setting and atmosphere of horror movies are also heavily influenced by cultural and regional factors. For example, in regions with a history of hauntings, like Georgia, haunted houses are a common motif, drawing on local legends and folklore. This adds an element of realism and authenticity to the storytelling, making the experience more immersive for the audience. In addition, the evolution of horror films shows how societal fears change over time. Older monster movies played on the fear of animalistic predators, while newer films focus on more psychological fears or supernatural entities. This shift reflects how our fears adapt to the changing world around us. So, the next time you watch a horror movie, remember that it's not just about scares and thrills, it's also a reflection of what we fear most in our society and culture.